You have asked me if I've completely abandoned the Lenovo Explorer after I got the Samsung Odyssey. And no, I have not abandoned the Lenovo Explorer. I've kept it and I still think it's an incredible headset. Now, in this video, I'm going to compare the Lenovo Explorer with the Samsung Odyssey, and I will let you know if the price difference of now $150 is justified. Coming up. Hi and welcome again here at Mixed Reality TV. My name is Sebastian Ang, and if you are just as excited as me about Windows mixed reality headsets and VR and AR in general, then subscribe now and click the bell button so you don't miss anything. So these two headsets, the Lenovo Explorer and the Samsung Odyssey, are both incredible Windows mixed reality headsets and great VR headsets in general. And in this video I'm going to compare them. Now let's start with the price. So you can pick up the Lenovo Explorer right now at the moment discounted for $299 from the Microsoft Store. The regular price is $399, but it seems like it's gonna cost $299 probably on the longer run. So this is a great price. And actually, you could even pick this one up for $199 for one day when Microsoft recently had these 12 days of deals sale, which is a fantastic price and nearly an impulse buy. Okay, so this is $299 right now, and the Samsung Odyssey right now also is discounted, and you can get this one for $449. The regular price is $499. So at the moment the price difference is $150. And is it worth it? Is the Samsung Odyssey worth the $150 on top of the Lenovo Explorer price? Well, let's look into the details. I'm going to come to my conclusion at the end of the video, but now let's go through the specs and through all the details bit by bit. Alright, let's start with comfort, design and features. First of all, let's look at comfort. So the weight difference is quite drastic. Now, the Lenovo Explorer weighs 380 grams, so it's very light. And compare this with the 640 grams of the Samsung Odyssey. Now, that is quite the difference. And you can really feel it also when you wear it. You can feel this is heavier. Now, both headsets are designed like the PSVR, so all the weight is on your forehead. Now, that is great. I really love this design as compared to Oculus Rift or HTC Vive, which have this ski mask design where they put the headset into your face. So I really love this design much more. All the weight is here. Now that's also why, even though this is much heavier, you won't feel it so much. You can feel it, you can tell the difference, but it's still a comfortable headset. The Samsung Odyssey is still comfortable, even though this is 640 grams versus 380. But I can also tell you that the Lenovo Explorer is more comfortable than the Samsung Odyssey. I really think this is the most comfortable headset that I've ever worn, and it is simply fantastic. Now, also, what is great about the Lenovo Explorer and what the Samsung Odyssey not has is a flip-up display. So if you are in VR, but then you want to grasp your beer or any other beverage, but why? Then you can simply do this here and you're back in the real world. Now, I think it's a big oversight from Samsung that they have not included this flip up display. So this was my first Windows MR headset, and I totally get used to simply boop, flip up the display and be able to be back in the real world. And when I got this, I really missed it. So sometimes I try to do it, but then obviously it wouldn't work. So this is an oversight, and that is definitely where the Lenovo shines. It's super comfortable. You can flip up the visor, and that's really great. Now, another advantage from the Lenovo Explorer over the Samsung Odyssey is that this headset has less light leakage than the Samsung Odyssey. When you wear them both, you can tell the difference. There is more light coming in here through the nose room as compared to the nose room here. Now, the reason might be that this part here, this foam part, doesn't let the light in, but it's also a bit flimsy. I told you that in the full review of the Lenovo Explorer that I think this doesn't look really like high quality, right? Whereas here with the Samsung Odyssey, you have some kind of plastic flaps that is of a higher quality, but unfortunately this is kind of uncomfortable. So you would have to manually use your finger to put the flaps, to tuck the flaps in, then it's alright, and then the light leakage is also not bad at all, actually quite okay, but still it's better in the Lenovo Explorer. However, again, there's not much light leakage here. For the Samsung Odyssey, it's very, very okay, but it's better on the Lenovo Explorer. So in terms of comfort, in my opinion, the Lenovo Explorer is the clear winner over the Samsung Odyssey. It's so much lighter, you nearly don't feel it on your face. It has the flip-up display. It is great, really, really great. However, the Samsung Odyssey is not uncomfortable at all. You can also wear it over hours. It's also fantastic, also has the PSVR style. But if I directly compare them to, well, the Lenovo wins. Now let's have a look at the design. So for the Samsung Odyssey, it has this shiny faceplate, and the Lenovo Explorer has these two shades of gray that are being used, and it's not shiny at all. Well, again, in my opinion, the Lenovo Explorer looks much better. Of course, that depends on your personal taste, but well, for my taste, Lenovo Explorer is the clear winner. I really like this kind of RoboCop look that it has to it as compared to the Samsung Odyssey. Well, again, it's a fingerprint magnet. Good. Now let's talk about the features. So for the features, the Samsung Odyssey clearly wins. It feels like the more complete headset of the two. Let me tell you why. So first of all, the Samsung Odyssey has these headphones. Now, these headphones work great. First of all, they are adjustable in length, as you can see here, and you can also adjust their position. So there's no problem whatsoever to fit them over your ears. Well, at least for my head, I have no problems whatsoever. And all the people that I have given them to, they had no problems to fit those headphones over the ears. Also, they sound great, really fantastic during VR, and it does make a difference to have them directly at the headset, and you can just delve into VR, and with the sound directly, it feels better. It's simply better. Then also it has a microphone, so if games support it, you can talk with your co-players, and it's great. It's simply great to have that feature directly here in the headset, where with the Lenovo Explorer, you don't have it. You simply have this connection, this 3.5mm connection, where you can put your own headset. But for me, I really prefer this style. Then really, really important, the Samsung Odyssey has IPD adjustment. So with this dial, you can change the IPD, which is the interpupillary distance. And actually this is simply the distance between the lenses. So you can adjust them to fit your interpupillary distance perfectly. Now that is so important for people who don't have the average IPD of around 63-64 millimeters. You have to check it before you buy a headset. What is your IPD? I've made a video about how you can measure your IPD for yourself, so you don't have to go to the optics store. So I'm going to put the link in the description below to show you how you can find out your IPD, and if it's not close to the average of 64, probably it's 58 or it's 70 or anything like this, then forget everything that I'm saying here and go for the Samsung Odyssey, because you will need to adjust the IPD to have the best experience. If your IPD is totally off and you cannot adjust it, like with the Lenovo Explorer or all the other Windows MR headsets, you will have not a good experience, you will have a bad experience. So then if your IPD is not the original, the average of 64, then go for the Samsung Odyssey. You can adjust the IPD and it's great. Then what else does the Samsung Odyssey have? Well, it has a volume rocker, which is really cool because if you want to change the volume in your VR experience, you don't have to go out of VR, but you can simply click on the buttons here and it just comes in handy. It's just a great feature to have, and I'm using it more than I thought I would. Well, with these I could simply flip up the visor and change it on the computer. Of course that's great, but if you have it directly on the headset, that is much better. So overall, this is a more feature-rich headset, the Samsung Odyssey, and yeah, this really makes a big difference. So now I'm going to talk about the lenses and the display, and I can get straight to the point. Everything is much better with the Samsung Odyssey. It's really quite impressive how much better the Samsung Odyssey is. So first of all, let's talk about the FOV, the field of view. How much can you see in virtual reality? What is the angle? Now, both headsets claim they have an FOV of 110 degrees. So both claim they have the same FOV. But if you check them one after the other, you will see that this is simply not true because the Samsung has a much better FOV. It's quite apparent when you try them on. The FOV of the Lenovo Explorer is still good. It's still better than the other Windows MR headsets that I have tried before. So this is really good, but this simply takes the cake. It's great. The FOV of this is higher than the Oculus Rift. Very comparable to the HTC Vive, probably even a bit better. So the Samsung Odyssey is really better in terms of FOV. So that helps a lot with the immersion. If you can simply see more than if you would, for example, use the Lenovo Explorer. So that does make a difference. That is definitely better on the Samsung Odyssey. Now, both use Fresnel lenses, so you have those concentric rings around the lens, and for both, God rays are there, but they are not really bad. It's very comparable, so that is nearly the same. However, the picture still looks better on the Samsung Odyssey, and that is for different reasons. First of all, the Samsung Odyssey uses an OLED display, whereas the Lenovo Explorer uses an LCD display, and that does make a difference in the quality of the colors. So the colors really pop and are really good looking in the Samsung Odyssey, and also the black levels are deeper than with this LCD display with the Lenovo Explorer. It doesn't look bad in the Lenovo Explorer, no, but it simply looks better in the Samsung Odyssey. Also, the Samsung Odyssey has a higher resolution. Now, per eye, the Samsung Odyssey has a resolution of 1600 times 1440, whereas the Lenovo Explorer and all the other Windows MR headsets have a resolution of 1440 times 1440 per eye. So yes, it has a higher resolution, and you can tell the difference when you're looking at text, and the overall clarity is simply better. I took a picture with my camera into the lenses, and now we can directly compare it in that picture. Let's have a look. So I took exactly this same picture in the Samsung Odyssey and in the Lenovo Explorer. What you see here is the picture of the Samsung Odyssey. As you can tell, great colors, and even through the lens it looks super sharp and nice. Now let's zoom in a bit. So after zooming in, yes, you can see the individual pixels. However, when you see that through the lens, it's really tough to see it with your naked eye. It's very nice, perfect picture, really wonderful. Now let's change the picture to the one that I took through the lens of the Lenovo Explorer. And here also the picture does not look bad at all. Actually, if you compare it to the Rift or Vive, it still looks better. However, if you look at the color accuracy, in that part you can tell that the Samsung Odyssey is much better, and here with the Lenovo Explorer we have a slight greenish bluish tint. And now let's also move in here to see the pixels. And yeah, of course, we can also see the individual pixels here, just like with the Odyssey. However, it's a bit more pronounced since the resolution is not quite as high. So as you can tell, the Samsung Odyssey clearly wins. Better resolution, better colors, deeper blacks, really no comparison. Samsung wins, and actually this has the best visuals that you can get in a VR headset right now. This is simply the winner. So now let's compare the sweet spot. Now, what is the sweet spot? The sweet spot is the spot when you put on the headset, everything looks perfectly clear and you don't have to adjust it anymore. Now, this sweet spot is smaller with the Lenovo Explorer. So you have this spot when everything is perfectly clear, and then it's fine. You won't run into problems, but this particular sweet spot is bigger with the Samsung Odyssey. So you don't have to adjust it as much as you have with the Lenovo Explorer to find the perfect spot. This spot is bigger, so even if you still adjust it a bit, everything will be perfectly clear. I personally don't see this as a big problem for the Lenovo Explorer, because yeah, you simply find the sweet spot and then you're in it and you will stick in it. It's not a big problem, but I still want to mention that this sweet spot is bigger for the Samsung Odyssey. So visuals, the Samsung Odyssey is the clear winner. At the end of this comparison, I would like to compare the controllers that come with both headsets. So let's start with the Lenovo ones. These controllers come with the Lenovo Explorers, and that are exactly the same controllers that come with all the other Windows MR headsets, but not with the Samsung Odyssey. The Samsung Odyssey ones are a bit different. So this is the original Microsoft design, and as I've told you several times before, I don't quite like them because they are not ergonomic at all. Look at this. It's just like these edges here. It's just very not ergonomic, and when you hold them, the edges will be very uncomfortable to hold in your hand, and after a while you will not forget them in VR. You will still know, oh okay, I'm holding something strange here in my hands. And I really don't know why Microsoft did not design them better in the first place. Why didn't they go with some kind of ergonomic form factor? I don't get it. It's really a mystery to me. Other than that, those controllers are good because, well, they have a trackpad and a joypad. So they are perfect for you to play all the Vive games that need a trackpad, but you can also play all the Oculus games which need this joystick. So in general, I think those controllers are fantastic, and the tracking is also great. I made a whole video about the tracking, but why didn't Microsoft make those controllers more comfortable to hold? So unfortunately, Lenovo went with the original ones from Microsoft. That's why I don't think they are very comfortable. Now, let's have a look at the Samsung ones. So it seems like Samsung saw that problem and they redesigned them. So if you look at them, they look much more ergonomic than the Lenovo ones, and holding them in the hand, yes, you can feel a huge difference. They feel much better. So just this change in the form factor, it simply makes the difference, because now when I use them in VR, yeah, I can kind of forget them because there are no edges, no sharp edges, which would go into my flesh and remind me, hey, you're holding something that was not really designed very well from Microsoft. So yes, the Samsung controllers really win. And let me directly show you the difference. So, okay. Now, this here is the Samsung one, and this here is the Lenovo one. And yeah, absolutely, there's a big difference here. Samsung clearly wins. So after having talked about all these points now, let me come to the conclusion. Is the 150 price difference between the Samsung Odyssey and the Lenovo Explorer justified? And the answer is yes. The Samsung Odyssey simply is the more complete headset. It has the better visuals. it has headphones, and it has, very important, the IPD adjustment. This is simply the best Windows MR headset that you can get right now, and for $150 you simply get the best Windows MR headset, and well, you could argue actually the best VR headset at the moment. So what about if you can get the Lenovo Explorer for $199? Is this better? Is this $250 better? Now I would really get into thinking, into like not being really sure, because this is still a fantastic headset. Now it is super comfortable. It has this wonderful flip up display. The visuals are just as good as all the other Windows MR headset, and actually even better as what the FOV is concerned. So I still love the Lenovo Explorer, and if you can get it for $199 or $250, this is fantastic. Now, if you're living in Europe, and if you even cannot get the Samsung Odyssey, or if you would have to import it for even a higher price, you can go for the Lenovo Explorer. This is a fantastic headset. However, you might want to wait for the Lenovo Explorer to also be sold in Europe. And if you don't mind to pay even a bit more of import tax and some other fees, then you can also import the Samsung Odyssey to Europe. And I'm also going to put a link into the description to a video where I teach you how to import this device to Europe. All right, that's it for this comparison video between the Samsung Odyssey and the Lenovo Explorer. I really hope that this was helpful for you. If yes, give this video a thumbs up. And of course, if you have not subscribed to Mixed Reality TV yet, do so now. I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode. Bye.